it's not overstating it that GB, those are great medal hopes for us. I think I'm right in saying 4 years ago at the Winter Olympics, the only medals we won were in curling.
Winter Olympics opening ceremony will formally start the games in Milan tonight. Although the competition is already underway, Team GB have got high hopes with a target of 8 gold medals. Britain's strongest suit is probably curling. The women's team won gold last time and silver for the men. Michael Goodfellow is head coach of the Team GB's men's curling team. Good morning, Michael.
Morning, guys.
It's so good to speak to you. Thanks for joining us. We love curling at the Winter Olympics. There is something of an obsession, isn't there? Every time it comes around, we all get well into it. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, good question. I think it's probably just something that people don't see a huge amount of. Obviously, it just comes on. It's on for 2 weeks every 4 years, and people just get really into it. So yeah, it's always really exciting for us.
What is it that will set the men's team apart this time, do you think?
Yeah, there's probably a combination of a few things. I think their resilience, their kind of teamwork, communication is a massive part of it. They've got the ability to solve problems on the spot, figure things out, and that's going to be crucial for winning the games when it matters most. So,
who's the toughest competition for Team GB?
On the men's side, there's probably 3 or 4. Sweden, who won it last year. They're going to be thereabouts. Switzerland, Canada, the home nation, Italy as well, are all going to be thereabouts. So it's going to be really tough.
What are the sorts of things, Michael, in a curling, in a match? What are the sorts of things that change and evolve by way of the strategy throughout a match? Because for somebody who's ignorant about it like me but enjoys watching it, sometimes it can be difficult to discern what a team can actually do during a match to change things, to try to win. What are the kind of tactics?
Yeah, so the basic tactics are you're obviously trying to score as many points as possible, so you have to then set up ends to try and make your opposition team make mistakes. So you're throwing up guards, you're throwing draws into the rings, you're just trying to make it as difficult as possible. So tactics change as the scoreline changes, etc. So if you're winning in the game, you'll then go quite defensive and start taking stones out, etc. So it just kind of changes with the scoreline and what your ambitions are for a certain point in the game.
Yeah, fair enough. And that's where the communication bit comes in.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of these things it's just clarifying what we're going to do next, even though we might be on the same wavelength. It's just like making sure it's all communicated. So
yeah, one of the things that's also come up this morning, Michael, is why Scotland is so well represented in Team GB when it comes to curling. What's that about? I don't have an answer for it. Do you?
I think it's probably along the lines of just the tradition in the sport. There's lots of facilities which are thankfully funded by the National Lottery. I think they've invested 200 million in winter sports over the last 30 years. So we're really fortunate that we've got lots of great facilities. I'm sitting in the National Curling Academy right now where all the Team GB curlers train full-time, all full-time athletes, which allows them to go and compete across the world. Yeah, so very fortunate in that regard.
Yeah, that's interesting. So accessibility of facilities.
Yeah.
Is it quite reasonably priced to kind of get into curling as well? You know, how easy is it for people of all income levels and stuff to get involved?
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost much to get into it at all compared to other sports where it maybe costs you hundreds of pounds or thousands of pounds to get the equipment. The equipment is very reasonably priced, and then you come along and for juniors you'll probably pay less than £10 to come on and play a game or have a coaching session. So it's very accessible.
Nice one. So we're going for gold. That's the plan here.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. The guys got silver last time, and it's very much eyes set on gold.
Great. Well, we're cheering you on, Michael. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Nice one.
Best of luck.
Guys.
Thanks.
Best of luck.
Do well. Have all the fun as well. That is Michael Goodfellow, who is head coach of Team GB men's curling team.
Now, England missed out by just a point on the Six Nations title last year. Their campaign begins at home to Wales tomorrow. To look ahead to that and also reflect on what happened last night in the Six Nations, Charlie Talbot-Smith is with us, Times Sport Assistant Editor. Morning to you.
Hi, gang.
Morning.
So, loads to look forward to digitally in the paper ahead of the Six Nations. I know it started last night, but we're really going.
It's weird, isn't it? I think I'm right in saying it's almost 100 years since the Six Nations last started on a Thursday night, so it's thrown us all out of whack.
It's because the Winter Olympics,
exactly.
isn't it,
They
tonight?
didn't want to clash with the... I mean, in France, the Winter Olympics is a very, very big deal, and the opening ceremony is tonight at the San Siro in Milan. So they didn't want to have their opening night, Friday night game in Paris at the Stade de France, TV ratings and all the rest.
Yeah.
So they did it. They moved it to Thursday night. Didn't look like the atmosphere suffered. If anything, it looked like it again. It was an extraordinary atmosphere in there. They put on a hell of a show, and then the players sort of lived up to the hype because they were incredible. And it is, the Six Nations. The beauty of the Six Nations is it throws up shocks and different strange results. The form book always goes out the window at some point in the championship, but it is quite hard right now as I sit here with only the evidence of what's been in the autumn and France last night to look past France and England as the two sort of standout teams for the last sort of 5 years. Ireland have been more so than England, the dominant force with France in the Northern Hemisphere game. But they looked all at sea last night, and France looked the sort of behemoth that we feared the English fans will have feared they could be when they get their act in order, which they appear to be. But yeah, I mean, England-Wales tomorrow. I'm sorry to Welsh listeners, but it is very hard to see a way how Wales win that game. Much better Wales teams than this one have come to Twickenham and lost. They're often close games, but they haven't won a Six Nations game at Twickenham since, I think you have to go back to like 2008, I think. So it maybe 2012 actually, but it's over a decade.
Yeah.
So the signs are promising for an England-France kind of decider in round 5, but you don't want to put the horse before the cart.
Yeah,
there's
let's
a
not
lot
get ahead
of
of
water to go
ourselves.
under the bridge.
Exactly. So what we can read in the coming days, exclusive interview with George Ford, also Sam Warburton's column as well.
Sam Warburton just gone live on the site this morning, will be in our big scrum pull-out in print tomorrow. Sam Warburton has done a fantastic column about how Wales can try and get at England and could ruffle some feathers. I think he's Welsh and has done his best to give some optimism to Welsh fans, but even he has conceded in his column that it is hard to see a scenario whereby Wales win. But he's pointed out that Lewis Rees-Zammit has been moved to, who is probably their star attraction, certainly in the back line. He's been shifted to full-back, which is a position that maybe brings out his better strengths. So it'll be interesting to see if England are a team that love to kick the ball, and if their kicking is wayward, you'd think that Rees-Zammit is probably one of the best placed players in Northern Hemisphere to punish them. And George Ford, we got an exclusive interview with him. He's one of the last remaining players from the England team that last won a Grand Slam back in a decade ago, exactly 2016, and that coincidentally was in Paris on the final day. So who knows? It's a long way to go, but he's talked in great depth about what it takes to be a team that can win the Six Nations. England haven't won one for a while, but he certainly feels like this is. They've won 11 games in a row, so it is. We're not getting overexcited to say that the form book suggests they are back right in the title shake-up.
Let's talk about the Winter Olympics. It's always weird. Some of the events have started already, but the opening ceremony is tonight.
Yes,
and obviously it's star-studded.
Mariah Carey,
amazing.
Andrea Bocelli, JD Vance. Marco Rubio. It's at the San Siro. I think there are some fears that the American politicians' presence might overshadow some of it with some, dare I say it, some booing, but we shall see. So it's the opening ceremony tonight, but as you rightly point out, some of the events have already started. Curling is the sort of it's like the swimming of the Summer Olympics. It's constantly going on, but the medals only start to get handed out a bit later on. It's not overstating it that GB, those are great medal hopes for us. I think I'm right in saying 4 years ago at the Winter Olympics, the only medals we won were in curling. But you don't have to get, they're playing group stage matches at the moment. So we'll keep an eye on them. We've obviously got Matt Lawton out there who's covering all sorts of stories. And there will be some other British medal contenders to come starting this weekend in the sort of the freestyle skiing and snowboard events. But yes, tonight it's all eyes on the San Siro and the opening ceremony. And
we should briefly touch on Emma Raducanu is, dare we say it, winning?
Yeah. Now the context we should point out is that she is the number one seed in this lower tier tournament she's playing in Romania. So she is winning matches on paper she is supposed to win. But that I don't want to do her a disservice because she hasn't won 4 matches in a row on tour, at tour level, I think since she won the US Open 5 years ago. So we are nearly in unprecedented territory for Emma. She's got a semi-final today against the Ukrainian Alexandra Olinikova, who, if our listeners do find a way to watch that match, has got lots of tattoos, including some on her face, and she had like temporary ones that are bats. Because the tournament's in Romania and she wants to sort of try and win over the sort of cheering home support.
Wow.
But she's doing this without a coach, Raducanu.
Yes.
The cynic would say she's got quite a lot of experience of playing without a coach because she sacked 9 of them already in her short career. But it's encouraging. It's encouraging that she's found some consistency of performance for sure.
We like that. Thank you ever so much. That is Charlie Talbot-Smith, Time Sport Assistant Editor.